What's up, everyone? Welcome to Aftermath TV. Caroline here with Nug and Jimmy Corderas. We're missing Anthony Corelli at the moment, but that's okay. We have a fun topic to talk about because it's the summertime. We're at home, which means that there's a lot of TV we could possibly be watching. So I want to know from you guys on the WWE Network, anything WWE related. What's a show, a documentary, a book that you've read that's related to WWE that you love, that's helped pass the time, or that you'd maybe encourage someone to read or watch during this time?
I'm gonna defer to. There's so many here that are going through my head right now. I don't know if you've got something off the top of your head right now yet, Nug.
Well, I mean, for your hardcore, literally your hardcore wrestling fans, I recommend Mick Foley's Mankind book, Have a Nice Day. That's a great read, written by Mick. His first book. He's written a bunch more, but that's one of the best. Just to get the details of what it's like to live with a billion injuries all at once. Also, for those of you who are fans of NXT, you might have to dig a little bit to find it, but William Regal's book, Walking a Golden Mile, is excellent. It's a real, it details not only his rise in wrestling, but also his addiction to painkillers and how he fought through that. It's a very, very interesting read. And both of those guys coming at wrestling from two completely different directions. It's nice to get perspective on both for people who might not know their stories.
I feel like we need to get William Regal on the show because Nug, you are not, and Nug, you take the stage with that one because you're his number one fan.
I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to say. I'd say a million things at the same time, and I don't think it would make any sense.
You know what? But if there's anybody who would decipher any of that stuff that's not making sense, it would be William Regal. He's awesome at doing stuff like that. Those are awesome choices. There is a book that's been put out recently. It's the story of Andre the Giant, written by some friends of mine in Quebec, Pat Laprade and Bertrand Hebert. And it's all encompassing. It's very, very factual because, there's so many legends and so many like there's stuff in there. Like people say, well, he sat down and drank this many beverages and adult beverages in one sitting and blah, blah. That's just the nonsense stuff. But there's some really good stories in there and some good factual stuff. You go, man, there's so many good books, but I'm going to go to the TV side. I'm going to go to the WWE Network. And of course, I'm going to put over the Undertaker's Last Ride series of documentaries. I thought those were amazing. But you know what's actually really good is the Broken Skull sessions with Steve Austin, where he sits down with different WWE talents. And again, there's another situation where you see these guys kind of put their guard down. Steve is great at getting these guys to open up and tell some stories. He got Mark Henry to cry. He got the world's strongest man in tears, just reminiscing and stuff like that. But there's so many good programs, all the Chronicle stuff, and there's a lot to watch.
For me, first and foremost, because this is the type of TV that I love to watch, Total Divas is something that I could sit through and rewatch. I could wake up at 8 and watch it till 11 p.m. and just see these WWE superstars almost in their natural environments and talk and not necessarily be in character, and you get to know a little bit about their lives or their families or their relationships, and then there, of course, there's like the little bits of drama. So I love Total Divas. Jimmy, I'm with you with Stone Cold. I used to listen to his podcast all the time. So if people are into podcasts, Stone Cold's is awesome. He even gets some of the superstars to tell viewers, what they do on their road trips or their off days or how busy their schedules are. So I find those bits of information to be very interesting. And we wouldn't be good friends if we didn't plug Mr. Jimmy Corderas' book. So if you guys haven't picked that one up, it's right behind him.
And if you're going to talk podcasts, I can't say enough things about the New Days podcast. It's three people having a good time talking about everything. They talk about the original, how they got together, what this list of 40 names they were given other than the New Day, which is quite a listen. And they talk about everything, personal stuff, really, really personal stuff, political stuff, but also what they like to do when they're off, about how they were brought up. Big E talks a lot about being a son of a preacher, and the other two just make fun of him so much about his little preacher voice. Oh, I'm Big E. It's very fun to listen to them. The New Days podcast is fantastic.
I love that about shows or podcasts or books or documentaries about these superstars that put them kind of in their who they are as a human being. You know, we saw that in the Taker documentary. We actually saw who he is as a human and the challenges that he faces as an actual human being that we would never assume that the Undertaker would feel. But he is a real human being. So I love any type of just anything you can watch or read or listen to that gives you that insight and knowledge into that person, into that character.
No, I totally agree. And I used to be of the mindset, of course, old man screaming at the cloud kind of thing where, you saw these characters on television. You didn't want to see how they were in real life because you wanted that persona to be what you saw. And you wanted to suspend disbelief and believe that. Times have changed. We know that in sports entertainment, they have real lives outside of pro wrestling / sports entertainment. And it's nice to get a glimpse and see, let me put it this way. Again, not trying to brag about this, but I got to see the guys behind the scenes. And for the most part, you got to see what they were really like. It's nice that now the rest of the world gets to kind of see what we were all getting to see. In some cases, maybe it's not such a good idea for some of these guys to get known by some of the people out there, but for the most part, it's kind of cool.
Well, hopefully we got some good recommendations out there. WWE fans, Aftermath fans, let us know what you listen to, watch, read. Also, give us any suggestions of something that, you'd like us to talk about or maybe dive into because, we have some time at home now. So I think that would be fun. And then maybe that inspires another segment or a live stream about things that we can talk about. So let us know, tweet us using the hashtag #AskAftermath, and then keep an eye on anything coming out on the Sportsnet YouTube page because we just love to talk about WWE. And there was a lot that happened at Extreme Rules, as the boys would say,
Extreme.
I can't even say it. I'm not even going to try. You guys kill it. All right, Aftermath TV fans, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.